Hey everybody, happy Friday. We got Lisa Colovi is here, my fabulous friend and moderator. Thank you. Hey Gwen, good to see you. Oop, hide your valuables. Spartman's here. Hey Craig, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey Heather, Milk and Honey Heritage Farms. Good to see you. Hey Rudy, awesome. Hey Barb, Barb's Country Home. Good to see you guys. So, I got a couple questions for y'all. Maybe some of you can answer me. I know Gwen can. Um, but yeah, I thought we would talk about reducing waste. We've done a great job reducing a lot of waste and food waste and stuff like that. Um, but I want to hear from you guys. Are you joking with me, Barb? Or do I really look excited? uh, um, so let's see here. So what I want to hear from you guys are what are the ways that you like to reduce waste on your homestead? Like, maybe pick 3 things, right? Hey, our treasured home. Good to see you, Nancy. Craig said today we cleaned out our dead beehive from the winter kill. An hour later, there were 500 scout bees. It was amazing. That's awesome. That's really great. Congrats. Not the cleaning out the dead bee part, but the scout bees, obviously. Thank you, Lisa Colovi. So, what I want to know from some of you folks is I've been making a lot of stuff out of milk, and I have a lot of acidic whey. And I read that you could mix it 50-50 with water and it's good for your garden, the acidic whey. And I am curious if anyone knows about that. Spartman said, you mean like to clean out stuff? I have a piece of whatever that I might need sometime between now and forever, and I can't throw that out. Yeah, exactly. That's fine too. Yeah, that's definitely smart. Haven't had garbage service in 15 years. We recycle, have cans for separation. Everything is rinsed well. That's really cool. Oh, that's good to know, Craig. So if I dilute it 50-50 with water, it won't make it too acidic in the soil, do you think? Because I have a lot of the acidic versus the sweet whey. And I would love to use it on the garden if it's really beneficial. Don't think so. Dilute it well. Okay, so maybe like 75 water. I can do that. Hey, Farm Fresh, good to see you. Nancy, I'm trying to get a sweater done before I go on vacation. Good for you. Okay, Craig, thank you. Heather said I like to be resourceful and try to use what I already have, like old wood, make raised beds. Smart. The acidic whey left over from like making mozzarella cheese and cottage cheese, because I was reading that you can dilute it with water, Gwen, and put it on the garden. But my worry was that it might be too acidic. But I tend to have a lot of that. So Craig was saying, yes, I could put it down there. You got this, Nancy. I have given it to the pigs. I don't want to give it to them constantly, but I do give it to the pigs. So, Heather, you've added the acidic way to the soups, not just the like, because I know there's acidic when you use vinegar, and then there's sweet way. I'm still learning about it, so that's why I'm asking. Hey, Holman's Homestead, good to see you guys. Like today, I made butter, and I took the buttermilk, and I've been freezing the buttermilk to put in my sourdough. But today, I left a little bit of buttermilk on the counter, and when I was done with my cottage cheese, I took the cream and added it back in, and I added the buttermilk into the cottage cheese, and it actually came out so much better. Oh yeah, I didn't think it would hurt them, Gwen. I just didn't want to give it to them all the time. I've soaked their feed in a bunch of milk. When my friend first got a ton of milk from her cow, I soaked their feed in the colostrum milk because she had milked a ton of colostrum out, and the calf got a ton, and then she had extra, and so I ended up soaking their feed for a while, and they were super thrilled. They loved it. I know Homestead, you guys have goats. I wonder what you do with like your acidic way. Farm Fresh, I've been focusing on reusing glass. That's awesome. I do that too. And did you know how when you get those grated cheese tops? I know they're plastic, but you know when you get those grated cheese tops that are shakers, and we all know they fit on regular size mason jars? If you get the plastic tops that have the little shakers from the spice jars, a lot of them fit on the very small ball spice jars. So I've been saving those too. Let me just catch up here. Leftover bacon grease is our best friend. I think that's everybody's best friend. I love it. Hey, Rebecca, Suburban Hillbilly, good to see you. Yeah, Heather, the Parmesan ones are really good, but you can also do the spice jars, which is really neat. And they will fit, but they won't fit on regular size like a pint mason jar. They will fit on the little ball glass spice jars. So I've been saving those too because it just makes it a little easier if I have like the little spice jar. But I tend to have, like dill. I have so much dill from last year that I said I would have enough for life. But we have so much dill, I've got it in quart jars because it was so much. Toilet paper rolls to make an angel. That's cool. That's neat. Nice drops. That's awesome. Yeah, I get about 4 gallons a week, and I make butter, cottage cheese, mozzarella, ricotta. Make a lot of different things, and I'm really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. But it's so fun to really reduce stuff, It's so great to take, you make butter and then you have the buttermilk and use that for something else. It's really cool. Yep, butter, butter, butter. Yes, yogurt too. Yogurt too. I haven't made yogurt yet because I'm probably the only one who would eat it. But I do plan to do that as well. Sour cream. We've made we've made butter, cottage cheese, mozzarella, ricotta, sour cream. Um, I want to make yogurt. I want to make cream cheese. And then I got a clabber book um, to make some clabbered stuff, like all that things. Oh, cool. Good to know, Gwen. Thank you. Hey, Tom on the plant. Good to see you. Hey, Annie, our urban homestead. It's got a lot of protein from what I understand in the way, and you can put it in smoothies too, I think, which I may try doing. Heather, you're I love you. You're amazing, Heather. Yeah, I will. I will. Definitely, Gwen. Thank you. I'm not recording it yet. I will record it. I wanted to make sure I knew what I was doing first because quite honestly, I've made the cottage cheese and we liked it, don't get me wrong, but it was a little different and we wanted to change a little bit of it. So, we did today and I think it's really really good. So, we've been enjoying it. The reason why I say is because with all the whey that I'm generating, I'm running out of freezer space quickly. So that's why I'd rather just be able to use it. Like if the garden could use it and use recipes. If I could actually use it all, that would be great because I'm getting like 4 gallons a week. So and I'm grateful for it. But the clabber book is really exciting because it talks about you make a clabber starter or something to that effect, and then I have to go through it more. And then it sounds like some kind of sourdough kind of similarity where you feed the clabber. I do drops. We have a generator for each one of them. Thank you. Can you freeze dry whey? Huh. I hadn't thought of that. Hey, about 6 acres. Good to see you guys. Congrats on your quad goats. Hey, Sarah, Faithfully Fit Kitchen. So that's Sarah, who used to be a Homesteading Hustle. She changed the name of her channel, and it's Sarah Faithfully Fit Kitchen. So just so you know who that is. I made farmer cheese, and it was good. Don't get me wrong, but it just I don't know. It just tastes like cottage cheese too. You know what I mean? It was really good, but I could add some more cream to it now that I'm playing around with it and stuff. Whey is high in protein. You can freeze dry it, and then it's like the whey powder they sell for protein drinks. Oh, I'm gonna need to do that. You guys are brilliant. See, this is why I ask. About 6 acres. So excited here. Missed all of you. Thank you. Stay tuned to About 6 acres. They post on Instagram, but I'm sure they may have posted it to their channel already. I don't know because I haven't been on YouTube in the past several days. Um, but their goat had quads, and oh my gosh, so cute. They're beautiful. I think we've used farmer's cheese and pierogies and then freeze those. Ooh, that sounds really good. Oh, I like that. Do you ever give the excess to your pigs? Yes. Yes. I was looking for more ways for us to use it, but yes, I've given it to the pigs. Um, and we've also given, I think you guys weren't here, but when my friend's milk cow calved, she had milked as much colostrum as she could and froze to have on hand and all that, and the baby got it. And what she did was had me come get the milk, and we soaked all the pig feed in the colostrum and the milk. I ferment chicken feed in leftover whey from making mozzarella. Ooh, that's a good idea too. Thank you, because I got a lot of chickens. We've also used the whey for our blueberries. Oh, that's smart. I wonder if I could use it on raspberries. Good to know. Ooh, I'm really glad you said that, Juana, because you reminded me I need to fertilize my darn berries. Thank you, because I totally forgot. Garden State so and so. Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. I use lemon peels to wash dishes. Interesting. One of my best performing videos is fermenting feed. That's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, Tony, our cabin in the woods. Good to see you. That's great. Yeah, I don't want to give it to the pigs all the time, um, because I know it's high in protein, and I worry about them getting too much protein because they're not feeder pigs. And kunis are supposed to only have so much protein. If it was a meat pig, I'd give it to them every day, twice a day. But for the breeders, they're not supposed to have they're supposed to have a certain percentage of protein a day, and they get that in their grain. And then they get it in the hay, so I don't want to add too much on top. Yep, I've made yogurt. I haven't made it with the raw, but I've made yogurt before, and I plan to do that. All the orange peels I had after using the old juicer I saved, cooked in water with vinegar to put on fire ant beds. It may not kill them, but at least it'll run them out of my raised beds. Awesome. Awesome. So one of the silly things we do, is our hay is on a trailer, and we have it completely covered in 18-wheeler tarps to protect the hay. We were going to use that shed for the hay to store the hay in, but we never did because we decided it was better on the garden to put the hail netting on. So one of the things that I do is I have two muck buckets, and I will sit there and scrape all the hay off the trailer that falls apart, and I scrape it into the buckets and I give it to the pigs. So we get everything, like even the spills. And they love I call it the alfalfa dust. They love it. But that's how we reduce waste there. And the other thing we do is I may not feed them hay every day because they're not goats. They don't need it every day. I will um, leave them for a few days, and they will eat it all up off the ground before I give them more. Yep, you could freeze dry yogurt drops. Yep. Fire ants are a pain. Fire ants sure are a pain. Just taking a look here. Pierogies are a good idea, though. Because I have the pasta maker. I can make pierogi dough. That's a great idea. I like that idea. Yeah, I've been using that recipe for making the mozzarella without the rennet, and it's unbelievably easy. So easy. Then my stupid thermometer broke. I've hardly even used it, and the stupid thing broke when I was washing it today. I was so mad. Excuse me. um, Fermenting the feed, that would be great too. The chicken feed. I like that too. What what are some other ways you guys like to reduce waste? I know About 6 Acres made a goat feeder that was what do you call it? That is a no waste. That's really cool. Oh, Heather, super easy. You put the milk in the pot, heat it up to 115, pour in the vinegar, let it sit for 20 minutes, and stir it slowly. Let it sit for 20 minutes, and then you strain the curds out. You heat up the whey to 170 and toss it in and stretch it, and you're done. That easy. In fact, that's how I made my cottage cheese tonight. I did the same thing. I made it like I was making the mozzarella, and except I didn't do the stretches on it. I just took the curds and used a potato masher and mixed it up, and it came out a heck of a lot better. I was in Florida last spring and I stepped on a fire ant pile. Ooh, ow. Heather, if you want, I'll email it to you. I'm not opposed to using rennet at all. It's just that I stumbled on that recipe and I said, let me try it. And it's been working really good. When we first came here, we went fishing. Our son was 3 years old. He fell down a fire ant mound. Holy cow. Stripped his clothes off as fast as I could. Oh, how awful. Do you rinse the vinegar off for cottage cheese? Do you salt yours? I do not rinse it. What I do is, like I said, I used the beginning of the mozzarella recipe, which was to, hey, Uncle Al, good to see you, Die Bullfrog 79. I heat up the milk to 115-ish, and then take the vinegar, amount of vinegar they say, and I pour it in slowly, stir it for 30 seconds, and then cover it, let it sit. For the cottage cheese, I let it sit 30 minutes. If I'm making mozzarella, it's 20 minutes. And then if it's cottage cheese, I come back and I strain it all. I don't rinse it at all. And then I let it sit there for about 20 minutes. And then I salted the cottage cheese, added back the cream from the milk, and then I added buttermilk from when I made butter to make it a little more moist. And it was very good. Very good. Liked it a lot. They tell you to add the cream back in, but what I found was when you add the cream back in, and then I put it in glass jars so we have it for the next, several days, it seems to soak it up, and then it's not as creamy as I would like. So we tried the buttermilk and the cream thinking it would cut the cream a little and it wouldn't be as thick, and we were hoping it wouldn't suck it up. I noticed I yielded less, but that works great for us. I've got just under a quart. So that worked great. So I kind of adapted the cottage cheese recipe to do it because I also don't want to keep heating it up and then killing all the nutrients in it and all that. It was really good. It was really good tonight. So I'm hoping by tomorrow it's not as it doesn't suck it all up, if that makes sense. But if it does, I've got some buttermilk in there I can add. Oh, good, Barb. I'm glad they're measuring your water pipes, and hopefully you'll have the new plumbing sooner. That's a lot. I love the fresh mozzarella. I love it. It's just so easy to make. Now I've been making it into Instead of a ball, I've been making it into logs, like, my water bottle, right? Only I make it into a uniform log. Why? Because then I can slice it easier. Smaller slices, like for pizza. If I'm shredding it, it doesn't matter, but lately we've been just eating it sliced, so good. But yeah, I will send that to you, Heather. But I got the butter molds and I've been doing that too, so that's been good. I wanted to go back. Heather said something, or Gwen said something, and I missed it. Excuse me. You're right, Heather. The rennet won't last forever. I like the idea of just making it because then I don't have to worry about getting something, because that means I got to go 45 minutes to go get rennet. But it's at that cool Homestead store that I did that video on. I made purses out of our feed sacks as well as just tote type bags. Nice. Oh, yeah, Caprice. Excuse me. I'm choking on my own spit. Totally rude. Sorry. Yeah, I got the butter molds. They're blue ones, and the reason why I got them was because everybody's like, "You don't need the molds. You can just form them in plastic." I must be challenged. So, I decided to get the butter molds, but I got the ones with the lines on it in the mold. Excuse me. I got and they got the lines on it for the tablespoon measurement, but they also um the molds are stretchy enough to unmold them. That's what I like about it. Ooh, pepper jack is my fave. I love pepper jack too. We're waiting on a cheese kit. We're gonna make cheddar. And Uncle Al, he said, just call me Uncle Al, folks. Hey, the Cow Emporium. Good to see you guys. I mix it in self-rising flour to make pizza dough. Nice. That's awesome. I don't like sewing the feed sacks though, and now since I get my feed at the co-op, the feed sacks aren't pretty, just brown paper. Our pig sacks are white, and they're I want to say they're like cloth versus plastic. There's nothing on them. They're 80-pound sacks. And our chicken feed, we just end up using them as trash bags. That's our main use for is trash bags. But they're not our feed bags are not like they used to be. The plastic woven ones that everybody was um making bags totes out of that are really cool because the sacks were pretty. Our chicken feed changed and then they became this funky plastic, and it's just weird to sew. You could do it, it's just not as nice as the other ones. I save the stuffing stuff and shipments for my own shipping. Heck yeah. I use mine for seed snail rolls. In fact, I haven't been getting as much stuff, so I don't even know if I have enough to do all my seeds this year in the snail rolls, and I'm kind of bummed because I don't want to buy anything for it. But I'm hoping to get seeds started tomorrow. We actually reused a box when I go to pick up milk because when I pick up milk, I get 8 half gallons, right? Because I get 4 gallons. So I've got a really cool cardboard box with the separators in there. So that way it doesn't Um, the jars aren't clanking together. Good idea, Uncle Al. We were talking about that. I think I'm going to freeze dry it. I think that would be really cool to do, is freeze dry it. Because I think the freeze drying would really be a great way for me to store it, the quantity of it. So I will do that. That reminds me, I should do the seed roll. How long can you keep in there before planting, and do you harden those off? So for me, last year, I planted them on April 4th, and they stayed in the seed roll until I put them out in June. Never potted them up, except for tomatoes, maybe, but the tomatoes I started in April, I did not. Um, I didn't remove them from the seed snail until they run in the ground. So I left everything in it. You have to be very careful when you unroll it that you lay it on its side and you carefully do it because the plants may be tangled. So you want to be careful. And then unroll it gently. And then, yes, you do have to harden them off. So you want to harden them off before you do the unrolling. You have to harden them off like you would any other plant. Hey, Joe. Good to see you, Garden State Gardener. But they work really well, and my peppers are getting really nice and tall. I think this is from. I don't know if I have a picture because I've been deleting things off my phone as much as I can. Too much storage. Let me see if I can find a picture. I have a space issue because someone started way too many varieties of seeds. Wonder who that could be. Yeah, the peppers, for getting started late, they're doing really well. I swear by the seed snails because they grow, grow, grow. Okay, that was Monday, and they look really good. Um, and then what was the other thing? Yeah, I'm probably gonna freeze dry them, Uncle Al, instead of dehydrate, because I don't have the trays for the dehydrator to pour it in. Yeah, they look really happy. They look really happy. We'll see. Peppers have never done great for us except one year, so hopefully this year. And I did start them late this year, but I'm not feeling gardening, but I do want to have my own food, so but today we were out at a yard sale. This is really cool. So when I start my seeds, I'm going to see if I could do this, but we got this along with some black electrical tape, brand new, probably like 6 rolls of tape, a tow rope, this greenhouse, and an LED lamp for my for my craft room for $20. So brand new in the box. So I'm gonna check that out and see how it goes. That's my husband, Juana. It's my husband. He was like, "Hey, there's a yard sale. You want to go?" And then we get there, and I'm like, "Are you kidding?" Drops has got 500 plants. Wow. Well, you're selling them though, aren't you? Biochar helps a lot with peppers. Good to know. Good to know. I will definitely be getting some biochar. Lemon juice for farm cheese and add herbs and spices. Yes. Yum. I- Cow Emporium, to your topic, we have spent so much to put seed in the ground. I guess we are talking about 120 acres worth or more. New shovels, a hydraulic cylinder, and more expenses that are new. Money. Oh my gosh. Crazy. It's so much. It's crazy. So much. Biochar and compost. Boom. Yeah. I will definitely hit him with biochar and compost. Thank you. Drop said I'm doing a start business and next year 100K starts, major investment of 150K. Good for you, Drops. That's awesome. That'll be awesome. I can't imagine the prices of things for tractors though, like, the Cow Emporium, having a new shovels and all that stuff. It's crazy. A hydraulic cylinder. Broke cow grow semi tomato plants I started are doing so well. They have super thick stems. That's great. Plant them good and deep when you get them. Well, I'm sure you had them in the ground. I'm sorry, you have them in the ground already. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to try and get some started tomorrow. We're about 8 weeks out from our last frost, maybe 7. No, I think it's 10, I should say. Let me look quick. So, 1, 2. We're a little over 9 weeks out. Bye, Uncle Al. Thanks for stopping by. We're about 9 weeks out from our last frost and a little over. But usually I mark it in my calendar beginning of April, so that's got to be the 10 weeks. So I'm a little late, but I'll get it going. That's awesome, Drops. I love those geothermal greenhouses. Not happening here, but I love them. Love them. They're so cool. I know somebody else, I know somebody who has them, has it, and I also know someone here in town who has, I've seen them popping up and it's really great. Really great. Such a great thing to have. But I'm gonna just see if I'm gonna put that little greenhouse together tomorrow and see if I can maybe use it to grow some brassicas outside in it or something like that, and then I can move it in if I need to. I love growing in the greenhouses so much more than I do outside. But I need to get my seeds in the ground because I'm dragging my feet something fierce this year. And before you know it, we'll have chickens here the end of the month. So we'll have baby chicks here for meat. For all you in the chat, if you haven't seen that homesteading store video, check it out. That is an awesome store near us, and we really enjoy them. And it was great spending time with them. What are some other ways you like to reduce waste? I want to hear from y'all. I know some of you are using your eggshells in the garden or for your chickens. Oh, thanks, Juan. I appreciate it. I yeah, I have to catch up myself. I haven't I told you I turned my notifications on for YouTube. So I have to go in and manually look, and I try to do that at night when I excuse me, when I start watching things, and then I try to get through stuff. I go in every few days. Composting everything. Good for you. Same here. Same here. And if Annette's still here, a few weeks ago, I finally got the sauerkraut all out of the fridge. That went bad, composting it. So mad about that. That was too much waste for me. I was so mad. What the chickens don't get, I compost. Yeah. Chickens eat good, I tell you. Chickens eat good. I saw somebody who was, and I know Tony has done this before, but I saw someone compost, like basically chicken guts and stuff when you butcher. And I know Tony did it. He did, he, I think, buried in the ditch and then covered it back over. And I would like to do more of that. My biggest concern is attracting predators. That's my biggest concern. Thanks, Annette. I have not. Have you guys done that, Juana? Have you reused the feathers to make feather meal? I have not. Your chickens won't eat the crackers, Gwen? That's funny. Yeah, I've done that too, Drops. I just throw it to the chickens. I actually throw any eggs that I'm not sure of to my chickens. But yeah, I had cleaned out my fridge, Annette, and got rid of all the stuff like the chai vinegar that was left over and all that stuff that we didn't use up, which I'm surprised. It wasn't a lot. It was like about that much, but we'll see. Heather does bone meal. You freeze dry the bones and then do it? Because I know a friend of mine freeze dries the bones and does bone meal. We haven't. We said we would, but we didn't. We weren't sure and let it sit. Yeah. Things that are um, more likely to attract um, coyotes um, and predators like that, I tend to remove from the property. Just mainly because I don't want to attract them when we have chickens or we have piglets and then they get comfortable here. Maybe I'm crazy, but I know that stuff attracts them because when we had to put out a trap for a predator, um, it loved the smell of meat. Yeah, I heard, Heather, I heard that my friend on Instagram, she Twisted Trails, which is Teresa, she takes all the bones, freeze dries them, and then, you know, grinds them up. Yeah, but they're still pretty brutal. I mean, they've been taking out animals and calves. When I compost the feathers, I make sure that I cover them with lots more stuff in the pile, not just on top. Yeah, I saw this reel where they took all the guts and including the blood, and they totally put it all in there, covered it with a lot of compost and shavings and all that stuff, and they kept piling on top of it. Oh, okay, drops. I get what you're saying now. Yeah. Yeah, here I don't want them around. We've had the game camera and they've walked through, but we haven't seen any in a while. So, and we've got the mountain lions. We don't want to exactly see them either. Yeah. I mean, we have some pretty big owls. I know it's crazy, but we've got some pretty big owls and they have taken out chickens before. And we've got bald eagles that could pick up a newborn piglet and take them. Cool. Anybody got anything they want to share tonight? Yeah, I bet. I bet Washington State, I used to kick them big boys around. Well, tomorrow I got 2 more gallons of milk to get through and make some stuff. So next week I'm hoping to make cheese if the cheese kit comes in. And I've got the sour cream starter coming in, so that'll be exciting. Heather says when I compost, I make sure to bury deep and add grass, hay, poo, dirt, leaves like lasagna. Makes sense. Makes sense. All right, guys. Australorps might be good ones for chickens. They scare off the owls and the ravens. Very cool. Very cool. Not me, I'm behaving tonight. Hey, Sarah Risenswine, good to see you. Joe at Garden State Gardener said on Grow Big tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time, interviewing Michael Whitman from Blue Sky Biochar. So you guys check that out. It's a big interview. Check that out. And Broke Cowgirl said, those of you that were here last week during Lisa's Motivational Live, and I said I was going to finish a quilt. I'm not there yet, but I've been working on it. She's so close to finishing a quilt that is older than her daughter. How cool is that? So check out Joe's interview. Stay tuned for Gwen's finished quilt because it's going to be soon. That's awesome. I'm so proud of you guys. That's great. Good night, the Cow Emporium. Well, guys, I'm going to get going. So, like I said, if you haven't watched the Homestead store video, check it out. If you don't have time to watch it, share it out because I want to help make that store successful. But I think it'll be really, really cool. It was definitely a nice tour. You're welcome, Joe. Okay, not older than her, but I started it when she was 3 or so. Sorry, I do my best. Love the Harvey's video. Thank you. Yeah, Harvey's such nice people. Nice people with a great business. And I just, oh, so excited. All right, everybody. Have a great weekend. Stay safe. Enjoy weather. Hopefully, it's beautiful where you are. And I'm going to try and be motivated to get my seeds done tomorrow. Take care, y'all. Bye.